welcome to Story Time with Mummy Angela. Today we have Huggosaurus and we have Frog and the Bear. Which one should we do first? This one? Okay. Huggosaurus. Once upon a long time ago, there lived a Huggosaurus, and although he had little tiny arms, he absolutely loved hugs. He hugged his toys, he hugged his plants, not the skippy one, the spiky ones though. And his all-time favourite thing to hug were dinosaurs.
Yay!
But he was a T-Rex, and they had a teeny bit of a reputation for being absolutely terrifying. It was a problem. And in the story, he's trying to hug dinosaurs, and unfortunately, they're all running away from him, and he just wants a hug. What you need, said Daddysaurus, is a dinosaur that isn't scared to hug you. Like you? Asked Huggosaurus. No, not me, said Daddysaurus. I can't hug both you and Mummysaurus all the time. Daddysaurus does a lot of hugging. The next day, Huggosaurus set off to find a dinosaur that wasn't afraid of him. First, he saw Miss Fabulosaurus and held out his arms for a hug. But she thought he was chasing her and ran away. Stay back, she shrieked. You'll smudge my makeup. Then he spotted Sicklesaurus and gave a big smile, but Sicklesaurus got scared by those long pointy teeth and she ran away. I'm infectious, she yelled. Don't come close. You want to do it? Oh, you want to look at it and she's running away. Next he found Partysaurus and asked if he'd like a hug. But Partysaurus thought it was a trick and he ran away. I'm late for a party, he yelped, with his tail between his legs. It was hopeless, sighed Huggosaurus, clutching a nearby rock. I'm never gonna get a hug. Oh, that's sad. Poor Huggosaurus.
Not fair.
That's not fair. The rock hugged him, which was surprising to say the least. Oh, is it a rock? What kind of rock are you? Asked Huggosaurus. I'm a hugger rock, it said. A huggus. Oh. A Huggosaurus?
Huggosaurus.
Huggosaurus looked puzzled. I've never met a hug rock before. Well, I'm quite unique and certainly not good to eat, but I'm a rock, so I'll break your teeth. But I do love hugs. You can hug me all you want, said Hugger Rock. Matter of fact.
I can't read it.
The words.
Where?
That one. Factually. I'd like that, said Huggosaurus, so he took Hugger Rock home. And so he's got his new friend that thinks he's a rock. But he's not a rock, he's a creature. He doesn't want to get eaten. He loved hugging Hug-a-Rock, for it was unusually warm and soft, not like any other rock he knew. And it was just the right size for his little arms. And it always seemed to be right next to him, even when he left it elsewhere. Another funny thing about Hug-a-Rock, ever since it had moved in, there were little rock piles all over the place. Oh dear. They did not smell good. Also, food had been disappearing as well. It was very talkative for a rock. Call me... Oh dear.
Call me Superrishosaurus.
Superrishosaurus, and Hugosaurus rubbed his chin, but I'm starting to suspect it might not be a rock after all. Some very big words. That night, Hugosaurus set a trap. And so there's a fridge and some string. What's going to happen, eh? He jumped. Oh, he was woken suddenly from his sleep by a crash of cans. He jumped out of bed, leapt down the stairs, clank, 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 and guess what he found? Hug-a-Rock! You're not a rock, said Hugosaurus. You tricked me. No, I'm not a rock, squeaked Hug-a-Rock. I'm a pelican, and I didn't want to trick you, but I thought you were going to eat me. I really do love hugs. Maybe I should eat you, roared Hugosaurus. He's angry now.
He's your friend.
Oh, he's sad. Hug-a-Rock suddenly looked very scared, which made Hugosaurus feel bad. He didn't want to gobble him up. He was just cross about being tricked. I have an idea, said Hugosaurus. Instead of me eating you, maybe we could be friends. I'd like that, said Hug-a-Rock.
Yay.
So Hugosaurus let him out of the trap. Whoops! Crank and bonk. Sorry for saying I was a rock, said Hug-a-Rock. Sorry for saying I would eat you, said Hugosaurus. And then the two of them made up properly, and with a great big... And then there's the picture. Hug. Ah, that's so sweet. And they're having a very big hug while Mummy Saurus is raiding the fridge at midnight. The end. That was a good one. I liked that.
Yeah.
Very good. And what's next? We've got Frog and the Beaver by Simon James. Frog and the Beaver. Every morning, Frog woke up from under his leaf and looked out over the beautiful river. Frog shared the river with his friends, the ducks and the ducklings, the water voles and their baby water voles. Everyone lived happily together. It was perfect. And there's the river and all the animals all happily living together. Then one day a young beaver came swimming down the river. Hello, little fella, said the beaver. I'm Beaver. Hello, friend, said Frog. I'm looking for a place to build my first dam, said Beaver. It's going to be the biggest and the best dam you've ever seen. Well, this is a great place to live, said Frog. You'll love it here. Wonderful, said Beaver. I'll get chewing. Chomp, 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 chomp. But the next day, Frog woke up to see the water in the river was very low. What's happening? Said Vole. We can hardly swim. It's that Beaver, said the Duck. Have you seen the size of his dam? Leave it to me, said Frog. I'll go and see him. So the river's getting a bit low.
Wow.
Hello, Beaver, said Frog. Can I have a word with you? Sorry, Frog, I can't stop to chat. Have you seen my dam? Isn't it fantastic? Well, yes, said Frog, but it's stopping all the water. Beaver was too excited to listen. This is going to be the best dam for miles around, he said. Everyone will love it. And we've got him very busy making a dam while the water gets lower. Oh dear. The following day, the water in the river had almost gone. It's that bloomin' Beaver, said the Duck. Who does he think he is? I wish I was bigger, said Vole. I'd teach him a lesson. Oh dear, sighed Frog. I'll talk to him again. Look, said Beaver, as soon as he saw the frog. I told you my dam would be the best. But, Beaver, said Frog, why does it have to be so big? We haven't any water left. There's lots of water on my side, said Beaver. Why don't you all move up here? And then we've got no water and a very big but very beautiful dam. Why do we have to move upstream? Groaned Duck. I'm sorry, said Frog. Beaver just wouldn't listen. I wish I was bigger, muttered Vole. I'd tell him where to go. Yeah, Teddy can turn the page. There we go. Thank you, Teddy. When they arrived, Frog introduced everyone to Beaver. Hello, said Beaver. Look at my dam. Isn't it amazing? Muttered Duck. That evening, Frog helped the ducks collect sticks to build a nest for the night. Then he helped the water voles dig a new hole. Finally, Frog fell asleep under an old leaf. So Frog is trying to fix everything.
Very helpful.
Very helpful. By morning, Beaver had finished his enormous dam. It's brilliant, boasted Beaver. It's nearly as tall as the mountains. Frog, Frog, look! It's the best dam in the whole world. And we've got an extremely large dam now. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Frog looked. He saw a huge dam, but he also saw the water about to burst over the top. Look out, Beaver, shouted Frog. Suddenly, branches began to crack and snap. Stones tumbled, boulders crashed, and then... whoosh! The water came crashing through the dam. Beaver was sent tumbling over and over again as the boulders and branches sped by. And then came the ducks and the ducklings, the water voles and the baby water voles, of course. Frog, swim for the bank, shouted Frog. And they're all trying to swim for the bank. The ducks, the water voles and the frogs all made it safely to the shore. Is everyone okay? Asked Frog. We're okay, said Vole, but I think Beaver's in trouble. Is he all right? Asked Duck. He swallowed too much water, said Frog, but I know what to do. Poor Beaver. Very poor Beaver. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Frog jumped up and down on the beaver's back until Beaver began to cough and splutter. Where am I? What's happened? Asked Beaver. Your dam burst, said Duck. Frog saved your life. Beaver was quiet for a moment. How can I ever thank you, Frog? He grasped. Well, we've lost our homes again, sighed Frog. Perhaps you could help. Anything, said Beaver eagerly. So Beaver helped the ducks build a new nest. Not too big though, said Duck. And he dug a new hole for the water voles and the water baby voles. Not too big though, said Vole. And finally, Beaver built a dam for himself. Not too big though. Everything on the river was peaceful again.
Yay!
And now everyone is happy, and there is a dam that's just the right size for Beaver. Especially for Beaver's best friend Frog. And Frog's got a lovely house on the river. Very good. Did you enjoy that?
I love that.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And that's the end of story time. Night night. Bye.